into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
Good afternoon, soccer fans, and welcome inside Docking Stadium, where today the Bulldogs of Adrian College kick off their MIAA conference schedule on home turf, facing off with the Flying Dutch of Hope College. I'm Calvin Keys, here to accompany you on Adrian College TV throughout the match. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. For the home side, Adrian College, starting in goal is Taylor Fisher alongside McKenna Mahoney, Sydney Anderson, Kelsey Zoli, Eve Davis, Leah Holman, Tegan Bergeron, Josie Huber, Zoe Blanchard, Sarah Hohenscheid, and McKenna Mascaro. For the visitors, Hope, starting in goal is Parker Hutchinson, alongside Elisa Melville, Cassidy Brookhuizen, Emma Dutmers, Olivia Dieppe, Sophie Novak, Jenna Mustafa, Madison Holloway, Keely Uziak, Tally Martinez, and Natalie Hammer. Adrian wearing yellow this afternoon. Hope in the navy blue as Kelsey Zoli prepares to kick off and get this game started. Drops it back to Huber, who will loft this pass deep down the far sideline. Eve Davis trying to run under it. Davis will drop it back from Kelsey Zoli, who takes a heavy touch on the ball, and it goes out of play. Hope winning possession. Comes across the middle of the park. Huber loses out on the challenge to Brookhuizen. Bouncing across as Dutmers, one of Hope's captains, chasing after it. Zoli looks to switch the field for Eve Davis, trying to play Mascaro in behind. Wasn't quite able to. Sydney Anderson tracking this ball down deep in her own half and dribbles it safely out of bounds. Throw in for the Hope Flying Dutch. Put in play by Dieppe. Headed away well, that time by Blanchard, and out for another Hope throw. Close to the corner flag, it's Dieppe, the freshman out of Hudsonville, Michigan. This will actually be a corner kick. Coming over to take it is Keely Uziak. Early chance for the Flying Dutch. Scored all three of their goals in the MIAA championship off a corner last year. Did that go in? Referee says no. Headed off the crossbar. Early action. Picking it up is Taylor Fisher after a nearly decisive opportunity for Hope. Just almost not even 2 minutes into this match. They get the first premium chance of this game. Adrian pressuring the back line of the Flying Dutch, trying to clear it away. Novak staying with it. Pokes it wide for Holloway. Madison Holloway racing ahead on the counter. Finds the feet of Natalie Hammer. Being defended right now by Blanchard. Hammer trying to put the cross in and draws the corner kick. Flying Dutch with their second corner of the game here. Corner, excuse me. Nearly 2.5 minutes into this first half. Nearly scored off the first. Ended in a header that rang the crossbar as Eve Davis tracking back to intercept. And does well to send that one out for a throw-in instead of conceding the corner. Flying Dutch, a top team in the MIAA. Both sides playing their first game in their leagues. Flying Dutch were ranked second out of all 9 teams in the MIAA preseason coaches poll, behind only Calvin University. So Adrian knew they were going to have a tough test this afternoon. 4 p.m. start here at Docking Stadium. So far it's been all Hope. On the dribble again is Melville. Knocked to the ground by Hohenscheid, who takes it away. Hohenscheid's pass onwards to Zoli is intercepted here. Dropped to the back line and into the feet of Coy Kendall. Coy Kendall works it wide for her fullback Dieppe. Back into the feet of Martinez this time. Beautiful turn on that play by Elisa Melville, opening up her body well to shield the ball away from the Adrian player. Hope commanding possession. Just a couple of minutes into this match here at Docking Stadium. Coverage being provided on Adrian College TV. Calvin Keys here with you. Another testing ball. Bergeron trying to head it away, helped out by Blanchard. And Blanchard will clear this one high in the air, bouncing to the near sideline. Hope is putting it on this Adrian team early. Lots of pressure. Already one chance that nearly resulted in a goal, a header that went off the crossbar. Moving it from center back to center back. Martinez, junior out of Zeeland West High School. Moving it up for Melville. Played wide by Hope again. Just able to stay with it. Ball whipped into the box. Couldn't connect with the head of a teammate. And it will sail out for an Adrian goal kick. Bulldogs with a 4-2-2 record coming in to this afternoon's match. Hope College are 4-2-1. Flying Dutch fell in their last game against Capital University by a close scoreline of 1-0. Brookhuizen on the ball. Her through ball attempt was cut out well by Sydney Anderson. Hope will play it over the top again. Racing back after it is Holman. And comes out for another Adrian goal kick. 5 minutes into this match. And Hope has Adrian hemmed into their own half of the pitch. Top team, defending MIAA champions. Finished with a 13-5-2 record last year. Toppled Kalamazoo, Albion, and Trine en route to the championship and defeated the Trine Thunder 3-1 in that final game. Now playing onwards for Madison Holloway. Tackled away by Holman, came back off Holloway, so a throw in for the Bulldogs. Kelsey Zoli working down the line. Can't quite win possession. Hope stays with it. Brookhuizen gets there first, trying to settle the ball. And should dribble out. We'll see what the decision is. It's a corner. Last touch coming off of a yellow shirt. So Hope with another opportunity from the corner flag. Again, it's Uziak. Taking it from the spot. Hope packing the goal line of Adrian. Sent in near the box, punched away by Taylor Fisher. Finds the feet there of Huber. High ball whipped back into the box. Still bouncing around. Can the Flying Dutch find it? They can't quite. Came off the head of one of their attacking players and out for a goal kick. Hope, the defending MIAA champions, as we mentioned, made it all the way to the NCAA Division III National Championships. With that conference victory, they secured an automatic bid. Fell in the first round to Ohio Northern 2-0. It was Hope's fourth trip to that tournament in the last 8 seasons. So a program that has built a culture of success under their head coach, Lee Sears. It's ruled that the ball went out of bounds. Both teams jostling for possession, so Hope will throw it back in play. Dropped here for Tally Martinez. Played to the back line. Settled down by Brookhuizen, one of the players who scored in that 3-1 win in the MIAA championship last year against Trine. Trine, ironically enough, the team that ended Adrian's season in the first round of the conference tournament. Kelsey Zoli looking backwards, doesn't have a lot of options. Knocked to the ground. Huber just able to recover. Hope pressing hard without the ball, trying to win it back. Headed forward into the feet of Melville. A good ball. Trying to find Holloway. But Blanchard gets there first. Comes off a Hope player. And it'll be a throw-in in order for Adrian, who's commanded to back up that throw-in attempt just a bit. So they'll move a few yards back and take it. Eve Davis has the ball taken from her. Mascaro working hard for possession. She's knocked down from behind by a Hope player. Results in an Adrian throw-in. Referee coming over to make sure that Mascaro's all right after she fell in a bit of a heap. Thrown on for Kelsey Zoli. Couldn't quite keep it in play. Headed back the other way by Blanchard. Hope Flying Dutch. Their throw-in comes off the back of Hammer. So now back in Adrian hands. Flying Dutch are coached by Lee Sears, as we mentioned. She's in her 22nd season coaching the Hope team. Over her tenure, she's helped them achieve 6 MIAA championships and 7 NCAA Division III tournament appearances. Comes backwards for the defender here, Dieppe. Played wide this time for Martinez. And perhaps an opening for Melville, who plays in behind. Emma Duttmers couldn't find the finish. Awkward shot across her body that just rolled into the lap of Taylor Fisher. Another great chance for Hope. Good communication by the midfielder Melville, trying to find her striker in behind with the through pass. Zoli battling for it. Clatters into the Hope player, knocking over Jenna Mustafa, and that will warrant a free kick for the Hope Flying Dutch. Hope's head coach Lee Sears was a 3-sport standout at Ohio Wesleyan University. She earned all-conference recognition, while playing soccer, basketball, and track, and was named an All-American in soccer during her senior year. Also previously coached at Marietta College from 1994 to 1999 before coming to Hope, where she's built a phenomenal culture in Holland, Michigan. McKenna Mascaro looking to work it up the line. Mustafa, plenty of time and space to pick out Sophie Novak. Pressured by Mascaro, who gets a piece of it, but not all. Homan putting a foot in, poking it away. Looking wide now for Eve Davis. Has that intercepted. Now Leah Homan beats one on the dribble. Can she stay with it? Cut off there by a Hope player. Uziak doing a good job to shut down Homan. Leah Homan on a bit of a run there. Sophomore out of Georgetown, Ontario. Great cut by Josie Huber to open up the field. Finds Anderson on the near side, who was looking over the top for Mahoney, but it went out of play. McKenna Mahoney, the fifth-year senior striker out of Trenton, Michigan, starter and integral part of the Bulldogs team since her freshman season. Started 14 games and scored a team-high 11 goals in her first year as a Bulldog, and things have only gone up from there. One of the most talented attackers in yellow here this afternoon. Eve Davis trying to cut back with the ball. Instead, a smart move to just leave it for her defender, who played it out of bounds. Anderson will come up to take the throw in. Another Trenton native alongside Mahoney. Anderson brings a lot of energy to that near side of the field as a fullback. Looking to find a teammate. Adrian players in the box as they anticipate Anderson will send this in for Mahoney to flick it on. Adrian will earn the corner kick as it's cleared away by the head of Sophie Novak, freshman out of Hazlet, Michigan. Davis will come over to take it. Davis at the corner flag. Scored a goal in their last game in the 65th minute. Found Hohenscheid. Homan, the follow-up attempt, but cleared away well by Hope. Bulldogs coming off a 2-1 victory over Baldwin Wallace last Wednesday. Traveled to Berea, Ohio to take on the Yellow Jackets, who were ranked 4th in their region heading into the match, so a morale-boosting win. And they'll need every bit of that confidence against Hope, who is one of the strongest teams they will face this year. So tough games back-to-back, and this one means a lot more because it will be attributed to their conference record in the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletics Association. Perhaps a chance here as Hope pushes back off the Adrian corner. It's Melville trying to pass in behind again. Zoe Blanchard getting in the way again. Nothing but green grass. Works it wide for McKenna Mahoney. Into the feet of the sophomore. Zoli finds a way out. Knocked over after a nice Maradona spin move to split a couple of defenders. Working hard, finally knocked over. Wins the free kick for her side. Great individual effort by Zoli, shielding the ball well and beating a couple of Hope defenders before being fouled. Such a creative player. Doesn't have a goal so far this season, but expect her to find the back of the net sooner rather than later. She's had plenty of chances. Bergeron. Ball played in. Bulldogs will try again. Looking to clear is Dieppe. Staying with it again is Zoli. Zoli using her size to her advantage, but this time she loses the ball to Duttmers. Senior out of Traverse City. Blanchard settling, a nice fake move. That fooled Megan McCauley. Anderson. Again on for Zoli. Pushes the ball onwards before an attempted cross that was a bit too low and collided with the frame of Mustafa. So after Hope came out strong in the first couple of minutes, Adrian has settled into this game and looked to create some chances of their own. That time Mahoney going for the ball. Gave a bit of a high kick into the face area of Mustafa. Don't think she made contact, but still ruled a dangerous play by the referee, so it will be an indirect free kick for the Flying Dutch. Mustafa lofting it out just over the head of Mascaro. Hohenscheid controlling. Sent back up the line. Settled again by Mustafa, who's been all over the place on defense for Hope. Putting in some good work. Booming kick across the field. Trying to find one of her teammates in blue in behind. Racing after it was Holloway. Defended well by Adrian, but Hope will keep possession here. Dropped back, Novak. Searching ball to the far side that couldn't be controlled by Duttmers, and out for an Adrian throw. Two coaches that have been mainstays in the MIAA for a long time. Adrian's manager, Ali Alamdari, in his 15th season with the Bulldogs. Hope's manager, Lee Sears, in her 22nd year. Two of the longest tenured coaches in the conference. Their team's going to battle here this afternoon at Docking Stadium, an early 4 p.m. start. Women's soccer here on Adrian College TV. Calvin Keys here with you. If you're just joining us, a little over a minute into the match, Hope sent a header off the crossbar off of a corner kick chance. Was very, very close to that goal line. Referee ruled that it did not cross. No VAR to back up his decision. So things stay scoreless. Adrian started the game on their heels, but have slowly settled in and made some chances of their own, albeit no shots on goal yet for either side. Hope had a good chance and a through ball in behind for Duttmers, but the shot didn't test Taylor Fisher too much. Back for Brookhuizen now. Finds Melville, another player very astute on the dribble. Brookhuizen again. Hindered a bit from behind by Hohenscheid. Blanchard showing off her incredible work rate. Ushering it to the far side. And last touch came off the Flying Dutch. Throw in Adrian. Bulldogs throw it in. Trying to make their way out of that press that Hope has formed around that far sideline. They finally do as Mahoney upended. Knocked over by Mustafa. Helped up by a teammate. A hard blow there on the 50-50 challenge between Mustafa and Mahoney. Luckily, looks like McKenna Mahoney, one of the captains for this Bulldogs team, is no worse for wear after she was collided with heavily by one of the Hope players. Talked about Mahoney a little bit already in this broadcast. Her claim to fame is she scored the game winner against Hope in 2018 in the MIAA championship. So a bit of history between Mahoney and scoring goals against this Flying Dutch side. See if she can contribute again today. Mustafa lobbed over the top. Good first touch by Blanchard, trying to pick out Mahoney. Instead, comes back into the feet of Hope. Playing in behind and racing after it is Dutmers. She was caught with the outstretched leg of an Adrian player, or rather, referee rule she was offsides. At first glance, when the whistle blew, it looked like perhaps Dutmers had been caught late from behind, causing her to stumble. But in reality, she was in behind the second to last defender of Adrian, warranting an offsides call and a free kick for the team in yellow. Homan headed onwards. Zoli has it. Kelsey Zoli has done a good job of playing the way she has faced so far in this first half, not forcing it onwards, but rather giving her teammates an opportunity to come up and join the attack. Another Adrian turnover. They'll win it back quickly thanks to Tegan Bergeron. Mascaro clatters to ground again after the contact from Novak. Again, another set piece. We've seen several fouls early on, lots of intensity in this game. Both teams working hard for it in the first 20 minutes of play here from Docking Stadium. Still scoreless. The goalkeeper's best friend, the crossbar, preventing a Hope header from going into the twine just over a minute into the match. Things have stayed 0-0 since then. Bulldogs still looking to muster their first shot on target. Thrown in, and I think the back foot of Leah Homan came up on that throw. Have to keep them both on the ground when putting the ball back in play, so possession will turn to Hope as they make a couple of substitutions. Margaret Ausiani coming on along with Haley Flynn, replacing Emma Dutmers and Natalie Hammer. Dutmers and Hammer with some significant scoring chances early on in the half. Weren't quite able to strike pay dirt, but still caused some headaches for the Adrian back line. Speaking of heads, Bergeron will head it to the far sideline. Holman a good turn, opening up space. Knocked into the middle. Keeping possession is Brockheisen. Opening up space is Elisa Melville with plenty of green grass. Melville has it. Brilliant tackle by Bergeron. Hohenscheid looking to put together a counter alongside Zoli, but that will be thwarted by Hope's Mustafa. Sends it deep into the Bulldogs' end, and they'll be pinned deep with a corner close to the corner, or excuse me, a throw-in close to the corner flag. Sydney Anderson to take this throw-in. Into Josie Huber, tied for the team lead with 2 goals this season, alongside McKenna Mahoney. That's in for Holloway. Laid off for Dieppe. Dieppe falls to the ground. Comes back along for Kelsey Zoli. Zoli, high pass that Mustafa able to get ahead on. Both teams working hard, using their strength to their advantage. And that time, a foul called against Sarah Hohenscheid, setting up a Hope set piece just past midfield. Calvin Keys here with you on Adrian College TV. 22 minutes left in this first half. It's had plenty of action, but not many shots on frame. Mustafa, long ball in, just wide of the goal of Fisher. Wasn't quite on the same wavelength as some of her teammates. Couldn't make the connection. Goal scorers carrying over from the previous game. As we mentioned, Eve Davis scored against Baldwin Wallace in their last match, assisted by Foss Moen, and then Anne-Marie Foss Moen scored one of her own, assisted by Mahoney. So far, Adrian has had a bit of trouble scoring goals, but to their credit, they've also made it difficult for their opponents to score. Had a couple of scoreless ties early on in the year. Since then, they've found their form. They've gotten on the score sheet earlier and more often. Still looking for our first goal of this match, however. Off the chest of Tegan Bergeron. Blanchard into the middle of the park. No one there in a yellow shirt. Played high across. Working hard is Holloway. Being defended by Anderson, who sends this one out. Throw in deep in Bulldog territory for Dieppe. Dieppe thrown into the 18-yard box. Mahoney settles. Headed back onwards by Hope. Holloway into the middle for Melville, who's really the midfield maestro of this Hope team. Phenomenal foot skills. Has done a good job playing her teammates in behind and setting up the attack as this is into the middle of the box. And Haley Flynn kicking herself that she couldn't find a finish. Received an excellent ball. Couldn't generate the control that was required. May have slightly glanced off her foot. If she had brought that ball down, it would have been a one-on-one chance with Taylor Fisher and likely our first goal of the afternoon. But still, we remain scoreless. Flying Dutch need to look to make the most of their chances moving forward. They had a header off the crossbar early in the match, and then that missed opportunity from Flynn. Great vision so far, though. Get the feeling once they can finally connect, it'll lead to goals galore. Substitutes at the halfway line waiting to come in. Breck McCloskey, as well as Liz Bellinger, giving Elisa Melville and Cassidy Brookhuizen a rest. Brookhuizen and Melville have been phenomenal in the midfield for Hope early on in the match. 19 minutes left in this first half, still 0-0 from Docking Stadium here at Adrian College. Working hard to keep it is Novak, despite being pressured by Zoli. Good composure on the ball is what we've seen from Hope's center backs, despite a bit of a press coming from Adrian's attackers. As Bergeron coughs it up momentarily, a chance turning for Flynn, and palmed away by Taylor Fisher, diving after it. Sets up another corner for Hope. They've had plenty in these first 45 minutes of action. If not for the outstretched left hand of Fisher, it would be a 1-0 game. Bulldogs dodge another bullet. McCloskey was just subbed in. Now she'll take the corner. High in the air to the far post. Getting a head on it there was Blair. Still in the mixer. Perhaps a chance coming from Dieppe that was blocked. And foul called against Hope. Adrian will take a free kick in their own 18-yard box. Another dangerous, dangerous chance for Hope. They've been the better side here in the first half, but Bulldogs have just managed to keep them off the score sheet so far. Fisher will set up this goal kick. She had 4 clean sheets and 10 wins last season as the starting keeper. Has 3 so far this year. Settled down by Flynn. Hohenscheid couldn't quite get there promptly enough. Comes for Davis. Taken away by Martinez. Resets for Mustafa. Anderson racing for it. Kept in play by Dieppe. Decides to cut it back. A ball whipped into the box. Can a Hope player get on the end of it? Not quite. Margaret Ausiani was racing in, the sophomore out of Ohio Westerville Central High School. But Fisher just able to get there in time. Hohenscheid turning, playing it over the top. Mahoney with some space if she can get there. Down the near sideline, McKenna Mahoney has a history of scoring against Hope. Sent a wishful ball on frame where it was captured by Hope's goalkeeper, Parker Hutchinson. First action she's had tonight. Now sends it away. Homan winning it well for Huber. Back for Bergeron now. High in the air, Kelsey Zoli not giving up on the pass. Being shielded away excellently by Dieppe. Warrants the throw in for Hope. Mahoney. And that was a touch from Holloway that went through the legs of Mahoney. We see our first substitute of the match for the Bulldogs, Caitlin Dake, senior out of Flushing, transfer from Saginaw Valley State, taking off Eve Davis. Adrian with some phenomenal attacking depth. They have the ability to rotate some really talented players. Caitlin Dake with some great pace. See what she can add to the Bulldogs' offensive hopes. Again, it is scooped up by Hutchinson. Kicked onward to the Bulldog logo at center field. Huber pushed from behind. Maybe made the most of that contact, but took a shove in the back. Bulldogs' reward will be a free kick. Bergeron very good at playing the long ball deep into Hope territory. This one has a bit of spin on it. Misplayed by Mahoney. Finds its way back to Flynn. Novak now looking to play onwards, and instead of playing advantage, it will come back for a Hope kick. Plenty of fouls, nothing egregious, but just enough to warrant set pieces for either side. Have to wonder if this game will continue to heat up heading into the second half with the amount of physical contact and pushing that's gone on nearly every contest for the ball. Bulldogs looking to clear it away from their own penalty box. Settled by Zoli. Turning to the far side. Finds Mahoney. Looking in behind. Caitlin Dake far away from it, giving perhaps the back line some headaches. But Parker Hutchinson will opt to just play that one out of harm's way. A smart decision as she came out of her own 18-yard box to kick away the ball. 2 subs for Hope, 1 for Adrian. Bella Nagelkirk and Lauren Ellinger coming in for the side in blue. And making an entry for the Bulldogs is Emma Delzocchio. Making an exit is Sophie Novak for the Flying Dutch. If you're just tuning into Adrian College TV, still scoreless. Most of the chances have gone Hope's way, but Adrian has settled into the game as things have moved along. Trying to perhaps create a shot on net, but they won't this time. Goes out for a goal kick. So the first MIAA conference game for both of these schools. Hope traveling east from Holland, Michigan, here to Adrian to take on the Bulldogs. Hope, the defending conference champion. A couple of their players that contributed in that championship game last year. Cassidy Brookhuizen was on the field earlier today before being subbed off. She scored in that match. And another of their players, Erin Powers, had 2 assists. Haven't seen her so far this afternoon. Switching the field for Ausieni. Ausieni for the onrushing Flynn. Meets a brick wall in Bergeron. Able to escape with the throw in. Dieppe into the 18-yard box, a push from behind. Could have been a call from the ref, but have to be absolutely certain in that 18-yard box. Would have been a penalty kick had the foul been called. Hope got up and played on immediately. Dieppe looking to move down the line. It was intercepted by Dake. And another throw in. Momentum building for Hope with just under 12 minutes to go in this first half of women's soccer action. NCAA Division III play here on a Wednesday afternoon at Docking Stadium. As it looks like this play was whistled dead for offside against a Hope player. Second time one of the Flying Dutch has been ruled offside so far in this game. Bergeron, short kick, somehow skitters through. A couple of players tangled up and hitting the deck. Play continues. This time It's Caitlin Dake who's offside, coming back from her position behind the back line of Hope to play it. And a couple of offside calls in quick succession. Both of these sides have 4 victories to this point in the year. We'll see who can capture their 5th. Mascaro. Zoli staying with it. Perhaps caught Martinez in the face with her arm. Bit of a stiff arm there. Finds its way back for the keeper, Hutchinson. Mustafa. Onwards. Coming back dangerously for Flynn. Bergeron turns without a second thought. Very calm, very composed. Blanchard fumbled that attempt to clear it a bit. And now moving up to take this throw is Olivia Dieppe. Dieppe for Flynn, who's made an impact since coming on as a substitute. Now it's Flynn again, sliding after it. As she was falling, crossing attempt went off the head of Blanchard. A bit of a sloppy tackle from Bergeron. Still trapped in their own 18-yard box is Adrian. Dropped back for Dieppe. Trying to keep it as McCloskey. She does so. Mustafa. Long ball sent back into the mixer. A push on the back of Josie Huber from Hayden Flynn, which breaks up the promising attacking opportunity for the Dutch. Huber plays more of a central defensive midfielder role, but is tied for the team lead with 2 goals so far this season. Scored them in back-to-back games earlier on in the campaign. So she contributes in a lot of different ways, both defensively in the midfield and has a bit of a finishing touch in the opposing box, what you would call a box-to-box player. Ausiani sent away by a firm challenge from Mascaro. Has nursed injury over the past season. Finally back in the starting lineup after easing her way back from the knock that sidelined her for a great deal of time. Subbing off is Flynn for Hope now. Dalzocchio looking to move it forwards. Madeline St. John, who just came on in the change. St. John, low shot, deflected aside by Huber. Now Dake, beautiful cutback that put the defender on skates. Dake staying with it for a moment, but then awkwardly played it out of bounds. Great effort from number 4. One of Adrian's 4 captains, alongside Eve Davis, McKenna Mascaro, and McKenna Mahoney. Great leadership group for this Bulldogs team. Tough test today against Hope, but so far they've been up to the challenge. Zoli playing in behind for Mahoney. An opportunity here, and just too far of McKenna Mahoney. Great idea from Zoli, trying to connect with the 5th-year striker. Hutchinson raced out to claim it. Ellinger moving forward, came off the arm, it appears, of Lauren Ellinger. So closing in on halftime with under 7.5 minutes to play in the first 45. Momentum going back and forth for both sides. Huber to take this free kick. It would be huge if Adrian could score a goal here late on in the half. Parker Hutchinson able to hold on, albeit a little bit shakily. Bounced around in her arms a bit, but kept a hold of it. Cut back into the midfield. And Ellinger. Cross to the left side of the pitch. Ausiani, a low shot. Sent wide to Fisher's right, out for an Adrian goal kick. Game has opened up here in the past few minutes of play, as we will see the entry of Emma White, freshman out of New Baltimore, Michigan, coming on to replace Leah Holman. Holman has put in a good shift playing left back on the far side of your screen. Has had to chase down plenty of Hope attackers, but did a great job, and now she'll get a bit of a breather on the Bulldog bench. Pretty good crowd this afternoon at Docking Stadium. A lot of the men's rugby players here this afternoon. They were able to beat Marian University by a single point last weekend. I had the honor of calling that game. Thrilling conclusion. Bit of a sloppy turnover from the Bulldogs here that White will go to reclaim. Sent it directly up in the air in the box. Shaky moment. Bergeron, a strong clearance. She was bumped into, and yet another foul called. I'll be interested to look at the stat sheet come halftime and take a look at the amount of fouls from both teams. We've seen a whistle very frequently so far in the first 40 minutes of this match. I think we just see both teams want to get their first win in the MIAA incredibly badly, doing whatever they can to try and swing things in their favor. Hutchinson, settled by Mustafa well. Thought that one was going out of play, but not according to Jenna Mustafa. Liz Bellinger. Dieppe. Ausiani. Fumbled there in the feet of Margaret Ausiani. Bergeron pushing up from defensive post to give it back to Adrian. Zoli over the top. I think Mahoney wanted the ball short to her feet there. Hutchinson will play it with her feet. Sent forward by Uziak. Poked backwards. Delzocchio racing for it. Airmails it back ahead. Hohenscheid. Soccer ball pinballing around in the middle of the park. Sent forward by Adrian, but far ahead of McKenna Mahoney. Uziak will settle it down. Hope plays it wide. Hohenscheid trying to win possession. Just got the slightest of touches, but it will run onwards for Liz Bellinger. Bellinger using her wheels to her advantage. Ausiani trying to beat Delzocchio one-on-one and put the cross in. Comes into the box. That's off the arm of Bergeron. Thought it would surely be a penalty kick call. Referee rules it was incidental. Certainly looked as if Bergeron stuck out the arm. Again, Adrian somehow able to emerge without giving up a dangerous opportunity for Hope as that went off the arm of Bergeron. Guess the referee ruled it was in a natural position as Mascaro comes off now. Dake looking to turn. Lots of away supporters here from Holland, Michigan, just a couple of hours drive away. Two Michigan schools going to battle. Bergeron sent forward. Zoli took another knock. Another free kick for Adrian. .235 to go in this first half. Coverage being brought to you here on Adrian College TV. Calvin Keys here with you. Hohenscheid looking to the far side for Mugrabi. And sent out that time by Martinez. Thrown in. Ball rolling further and further into the Hope half. And the Dutch will draw a free kick. Hohenscheid booked for the foul after some contact with Ellinger. Jenna Mustafa has been impressive tonight defending for Hope. She's a two-time All-MIAA first-team defender. So has quite the pedigree so far in her college career. Comes backward for Zoli in the final 2 minutes of play in the first half. Zoli will cut it back. Seemingly trying to find Mugrabi on the far side of the pitch. Instead comes to Hope briefly. Blanchard winning it back. Huber drops it for the center back Bergeron. Dake opening up, looking ahead. Mahoney gets good body position. Can't connect with Hohenscheid. Quickly wins it back. McKenna Mahoney Taken away by Tally Martinez. Settled by Zoli. Maybe one last rush forward for Adrian before the halftime whistle. Mahoney still with it. Mugrabi wasn't quite able to run in behind. Parker Hutchinson picks the ball up and gives it a ride. Towards the foot of Huber. Bounced quickly, and now Ausiani. Taking on Dalzocchio. Ausiani far side, trying to connect with it via her head is Nagelkirk, but one final corner kick. What should be the last action of this first half. 20 seconds on the clock. Hope we'll have to hurry. Quickly sent into the box. Dangerously headed onwards by an Adrian player. Comes for Dieppe, just 5 seconds now. Cross back into the box. It's headed onwards by Blanchard, and that will do it for the first 45 minutes of play. Plenty of chances, particularly for the Hope Flying Dutch, but no goals. We stay scoreless here on Adrian College TV, and we'll be back with second half action in about 15 minutes' time.
crosses over, back onto the far side. Rips a shot, she scores!
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
What if you didn't choose to become an Adrian College Bulldog? Surely you would have carried on with your education and could potentially be graduating elsewhere. But what would you have the honor of greeting Bruiser on campus? Would you have had the privilege of working alongside faculty that know your name? Would you have had the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is seeking the truth and dignity in all people? Would you have had a creative learning environment that is supportive of challenging you and achieving excellence in your academics, but also your personal and professional lives? This has been Adrian College's promise to us. Just as our families have promised to love us unconditionally and support us through the many peaks and valleys of our lives, Adrian offered a similar promise to us when they realized our potential by asking us to join them. While we have been busy navigating the many what-ifs of our time, none of which we could have imagined, we have indeed found the cane that holds our ribbons of excellence at Adrian to stand strong. Strength and tradition. A tradition that carries on from graduating class to graduating class. A symbolic reminder of the leadership carrying the motto, no victory without work. The Adrian College class of 2021 can proudly proclaim that we have earned our ribbon of excellence for persevering through a pandemic because of our hard work. We have had to learn how to best navigate the many what-ifs in uncharted times. While some of the what-ifs have been answered, it is now up to each of us to embrace and navigate on our own. What if I take that job? What if I decide to continue on for postgraduate endeavors? What if I decide this? What if I decide that? No matter what, you'll be able to face your tomorrow knowing that you are a member of a pack, the Adrian College Bulldogs class of 2021.
Part of the family here at Adrian College are the friends we've made. These friends have gone to games with you, shared late night tales with you, explored downtown with you, and joked around with you at Ritchie. They were in the library with you at midnight studying for the 8 a.m. exam you forgot to study for. And they're there when you cried because you failed that exam. These friends are your new family members now. You will stay in touch with them forever, even if it's just liking their Facebook post about the new puppy they just got. Parents, family, and friends, we cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us. Thank you for the support and the opportunity for this moment to graduate from Adrian College. You have helped us reach our dreams and goals in life. Congratulations, class of 2021. We finally made it.
Adrian College has once again found itself on the 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best College Rankings. This is the 8th straight year that Adrian has been named to the top regional colleges Midwest section. Adrian College was also named the most innovative school in the regional colleges Midwest category. In addition, Adrian received accolades in Best Value in undergraduate teaching within regional colleges Midwest. Adrian College was also named in the top first-year experiences by U.S. News & World Report. This marks the 13th consecutive year that Adrian has appeared in U.S. News & World Report. To see the full rankings, visit their website. For more information on Adrian College, visit adrian.edu. Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college.
Welcome back to Docking Stadium and our coverage here on ACTV of the Adrian Bulldogs taking on the Hope Flying Dutch in women's soccer action. Quick look at our halftime stats. Still scoreless here despite chances for both teams. Hope had 4 shots, Adrian had 1. Possession was fairly even, with Bulldogs had the slight edge in that category. One thing that stood out was the corners. Hope came on strong at the beginning of the half, nearly scored off a corner just over a minute in, and they had 5 opportunities from the corner flag in the midst of that first half. Also, lots of fouls, 9 for Hope, 5 for Adrian College. A bit of a scrappy game, the first of MIAA conference play. So both teams want to win incredibly badly and are doing whatever it takes so far in that first. We'll see if that ramps up at all as we see our second half kickoff. It'll be a throw-in right off the bat for Adrian. Homan to take it. Headed back the other direction. Settled down by Hammer. Natalie Hammer trying to turn Homan, but instead kicks it out of play. Adrian looking to press onwards. Hope and Jenna Mustafa just able to keep it in play. Settled by Sophie Novak. Hammer trying to turn it wide. Dieppe met a roadblock. Eve Davis plays it out off the foot of Dieppe. We knew this was going to be a tough test for Adrian. Playing Hope, who was ranked second in the conference heading into the season. They're the defending MIAA champs, as we mentioned during the first half. And so far, they've held strong. Hope has definitely had more chances with 4 shots to Adrian's 1. Flying Dutch had 2 on target. Bulldogs just had a single attempt, courtesy of McKenna Mahoney, who received a through ball from Kelsey Zoli. Wasn't quite able to beat the Hope keeper, Parker Hutchinson. So scoreless is how we stand. One of the first plays of the game was a header that rang the crossbar about a minute and a half into the match from Hope. Nearly got on the scoreboard right off the bat. Since then, there's been chances for both sides. And plenty of fouls, as we noted. Kelsey Zoli lost possession to Brooke Heisen. Hope looking to put together a counter here. Trying to get there is Holloway. Can't quite. Another throw-in for Adrian. Bulldogs coming off a busy weekend where they welcomed their alumni back for an exhibition game last Saturday. That was part of homecoming weekend. Game kicked off at 11 a.m. This will be a Hope throw-in. Also part of those homecoming festivities was a couple of inductions into the Adrian Athletic Hall of Fame. Lindsay Chitwood Weber, women's soccer alum, and the 2011 women's soccer team were also inducted. More on that in a few moments, as Eve Davis will try her luck. Had to go off the half volley and sent it well wide. Didn't test Parker Hutchinson, but you love to see that confidence. Davis had a goal in their previous match against Baldwin Wallace, which was a huge victory, biggest Adrian has experienced so far this season. Baldwin Wallace, a ranked team. They were considered the 4th best side in the region going into that matchup. Bulldogs took them down 2-1. Mascaro battling for this one. Now McKenna Mascaro staying with it. Now she's dispossessed by Brooke Heisen. Finds its way back for Homan. Huber A great turn backwards. Blanchard now looking over the top. Mahoney racing after it. Shows great speed and determination to keep the ball in. Still Mahoney. Turns her defender. And Dieppe lending a helping foot, sending it out to the sideline after McKenna Mahoney seemed to be cooking up something dangerous for the Bulldogs. Holman thrown into the premises of the 18-yard box. 4 minutes into this second half, still no goals to speak of. Holman bumped over Elisa Melville, much to the disdain of the Hope fans, who will gain advantage right now. Plenty of open field for Madison Holloway to run into. She continues onwards. Bergeron stepping up to try and halt the attack. Now with it is Duttmers. A chance. It's lobbed in. Fisher coming off her line. Ball over the top. Came from Melville. Several navy blue shirts in the box trying to get on the end of the pass. Fisher denied them. Putting her body on the line to make the play. Zoli opens up the field. Trying to find Davis, but that is just too far away from the senior out of Canton, Michigan. Hope will throw the ball back in play as a change being made. Elisa Melville taken off just 5 minutes into this second half. Blanchard staying with the play as she's tripped up. Moved it onward for Caitlin Dake, who lost possession of it. Trying to send it forward was Uziak, but instead sent it into her team's bench. Adrian throw upcoming. Holman in for Davis. One of the players wearing the armband for Adrian today. Uziak throws in. On for Novak. Mahoney, great pressure. Wins the ball off the defender. McKenna Mahoney on the dribble. Trying to cut in. Still with it. Falls backward for Caitlin Dake. Just misses the corner of the goal. Brilliant chance for the Bulldogs. Caitlin Dake narrowly misses. The best chance of this match so far, and Dake wasn't quite able to capitalize. A sigh of relief for the Hope backline after they coughed it up to McKenna Mahoney, who put together a nice run. Her shot was initially blocked. Dake followed it up and wasn't far away with the shot. Had plenty of room to shoot forward and couldn't quite find it. Parker Hutchinson. Drop kick to the near side. Staying with it, Dieppe. It's been scoreless, but plenty of entertainment. Two quality soccer teams just going to battle right now. Can Hope break the deadlock? On for Emma Duttmers. Huber. Thundering clearance to the sideline. So deep in Adrian territory, it's a throw-in for the Flying Dutch. In for Duttmers. One of Hope's captains. Comes to one of Adrian's captains, Caitlin Dake. And that ball played to no one in particular, Parker Hutchinson. Using her feet to play out of the back for Hope. Turning onwards is Novak. Holloway gets enough of a touch on it. Being pinched to the touchline by Dalzocchio. Back in for Duttmers. Sideline again for Holloway. Cutting to the goal line. Holloway, a dangerous cross over the goalkeeper, Fisher. No one at the back post to finish it. Sent back in by Brookhuizen. And deflects off of a Hope body. Out for a goal kick. Teams trading chances in what has been a bit of a frenetically paced first minutes of play in this second half. Hope came out flying in the first few minutes. Sent a header off the crossbar. Then there's been other controversial moments, like when Hope attempted to put in a cross and it went off the arm of Adrian defender Tegan Bergeron. The referee ruled that It was not illegal handling of the soccer ball, so no penalty kick was awarded. And then just moments ago in this second half, Caitlin Dake had a chance for the Bulldogs that just missed the goal frame. Hope with a dangerous ball over the top that caught Taylor Fisher out of position. Couldn't find the finish then. So the pace has ramped up as this game has gone on. We saw a hot start at the beginning, then a bit of a lull in the action. Then things really picked up just before the halftime whistle, and it's carried over here into the beginning of the second 45 minutes. Sophie Novak doing well to stay with it despite being pressured. Brilliant turn by Holloway. She's taken off of her feet. Dalzocchio played for Mahoney, who will lay off for Josie Huber. Huber looking to the far side. And again, a ball that's a bit too strong for Eve Davis to catch up to. Rolls out for a Hope throw. Calvin Keys here with you on Adrian College TV, bringing you this NCAA Division III women's soccer action. Adrian College Bulldogs hosting the Hope College Flying Dutch as it's being played near the sideline here. Finally into the middle and over the top perhaps for McKenna Mahoney. Can she settle it? Mahoney playing on the left wing, a back heel on for Davis, but too far ahead of her counterpart. Out for a goal kick. You love the creativity, but maybe a bit wasteful from Mahoney. Squanders the chance in the attacking third. Jenna Mustafa will take this goal kick. We're talking about all the action going on during homecoming weekend. Just a few days ago, as Hope trying to provide some action here. Moving forwards, has it tackled away. Finds the feet now of Madison Holloway. Holloway turning on the afterburners. Heading wide, whips it back into the box, and we have the first goal of the match. Hope scores. Natalie Hammer delivers that one into the wide open net off of a brilliant effort from her teammate Madison Holloway. Holloway just used pure speed to burst by Adrian's defense, and then when she drew defenders to herself, dumped it off for Natalie Hammer. Found the cutback in the middle of the 18-yard box and made no mistake. Had the entire goal to aim for, and Hammer finds the first goal of the night for Hope College. 1-0 to the visitors. Hammer, the junior out of Rockford, Michigan, getting some cheers from her teammates as she came off for a substitution right after the goal. A huge tally there for the forward. How will that change the landscape of this game? It was back and forth. Adrian will need an equalizer now, as it looks as if they'll have a throw-in on this occasion. They've had some good chances early on in the second half. Dake with a brilliant opportunity. But in the end, it's Hammer finding the first goal of the match. Adrian looking to find an answer. McKenna Mascaro with it. Mascaro sends that one outside the end line and out for a goal kick. First goal of this match finally comes. It's a wonder it took us this long with the quality of the chances we've seen so far in the game. Goal kick coming onwards. Mascaro headed on for Mahoney, who steers it wide for Dake. Dake looking for support. Turning it back forwards. Trying to beat Decker. And Emma Decker will snatch it away from Dake, who's a bit frustrated. Needed some help from her teammates on that far side, but was extremely isolated. Throwing for the Bulldogs again. Ball slides by the foot of Kelsey Zoli, and the Flying Dutch will clear it to the sideline. Hope making the trip from Holland, Michigan to take on the Bulldogs here on Adrian College's campus at the beautiful Docking Stadium. Bergeron Tapped back forwards. Homan trying to get there. She's beaten. Now a tackle from behind that will be eventually whistled for a free kick. Taken down awkwardly was Cassidy Brookhuizen. A dangerous challenge that you don't like to see. That was Josie Huber sliding in on the turf. A lot of potential from injury when you're attacking for the ball from behind against a player, but hopefully both are all right. It looked like Huber was a bit shaken up. Brookhuizen looks no worse for wear. So we'll continue. Looks as if the restart may be a throw-in. Hope coach Lee Sears was lobbying for a free kick, but there was no foul called. I think play was just halted to make sure both of the players involved in the altercation were all right. We'll continue on. Dake recovers possession for the team in yellow. Dropped off by Zoli. Heavy touch by Homan. Getting up quickly is Haley Flynn. Was taken to ground by Homan, but bounced right back up and took the ball away. Mascaro winning it back. Scrappy performance from both sides. When either team has lost possession of the ball, they've had a dogged determination to try and get it back. Hutchinson decides to roll it short this time. Looking to keep it in play with the head was Dieppe, but she's unsuccessful. 31 minutes to go in the second half, still plenty of time. Bulldogs down 1-0 thanks to the tally from Natalie Hammer, assisted by Madison Holloway. Again, it was just remarkable. Holloway showing off some of her deadly speed. Blasting by Adrian's defenders and then cutting it back for her teammate Hammer. Holloway had attracted Fisher closer to her frame. So then when it was dumped off for Hammer, she had plenty of goal to shoot at. Virtually had the entire frame to find the finish. And it was really just a tap in. Adrian has defended valiantly for most of this match, though, as Blanchard does well to win it away with her right foot. Zoli settles it. Pushed over a bit by Novak. Zoli hasn't shied away from a physical battle here tonight as Mustafa will play it safe and clear it into the touchline. Holman. High throw-in. Headed again by Mustafa, who's been virtually omnipresent in the back line for Hope so far tonight. Now Eve Davis had a goal last game. Can she provide an assist? Whipped in. Touched away well by Hope. Steered forward by Brookhuizen. Now Emma Decker. Looking forwards for Haley Flynn, the freshman. Wide for Holloway. Had the assist on the only goal so far tonight, showing off the speed against Bergeron on that far side. This time, Tegan Bergeron will keep her at bay. And should be a goal kick as substitute comes on now. Sydney Anderson and Sarah Hohenscheid taking the place of McKenna Mascaro and Tegan Bergeron. Or excuse me, that's Delzocchio making an exit. Bit of a fumble on the handoff there. Penny dropped to the turf. Again, thank you for joining us here on Adrian College TV. Production exclusively facilitated by Adrian College students. Calvin Keys here with you. Riding solo up in the commentator's booth, bringing you NCAA Division III women's soccer action. Number 2 ranked Hope. Number 2 in the preseason MIAA poll, that is. Taking on Adrian on the road. Bulldogs were chosen as the 6th best team in the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletics Association Conference out of 9 sides. So far, they've exceeded that expectation by most opinions. Throw-in came into the box. Mahoney tried to flick it onwards, instead sent it out of play. 28 minutes to go. Mustafa One of the captains for this Hope team, and her leadership is evident. Really leads by example. Has had a very strong performance so far this afternoon. Another player who has put in a good shift is Holloway, who feeds behind for one of her teammates now. Went through the wickets of Bergeron and finally cleared to the sideline after Decker pulled off the nutmeg, trying to find a teammate in the box again. Substitution taking place here. Bella Nagelkirk will give Olivia Dieppe a rest. Nagelkirk, sophomore out of Hudsonville, Michigan. Graduated from Hudsonville Unity Christian, who had an extremely great season last year in a different sport. Made it to the Michigan MHSAA state championships at Ford Field. Taylor Fisher to take this goal kick now. Sent high in the air. Hohenscheid a bit short under it. Blanchard back to the near sideline, and it'll be ruled a throw-in for the Flying Dutch. Nagelkirk recently subbed on, looking forward for Holloway, who sent it out. There's been lots of occasions tonight where the game has seemed trapped near the touchline. Ball going out frequently for throw-ins and staying on a particular side of the field. Now it'll open up a bit for Dake. Caitlin Dake trying to find Zoli, instead turned it over. Novak worked wide. Backwards for Mustafa. Couldn't get the power behind that pass that she wanted as Dake loses out in the 1v1 battle to Sophie Novak. Hope building a bit of a tidy string of possession. Brookhuizen, ball in behind that Holman's going to get to first. Near the goal line, assistant referee signals for a goal kick as it looked like Holman might have had the slightest of touches on that one. Referee has the best angle, and it'll stay as a goal kick. Coach Ali Alamdari urging his team on. Picked up his 150th career victory last year against Hope College. And he has coached this Adrian team to a pair of MIAA regular season titles and also a pair of MIAA tournament championships. So, historically, two of the most successful teams in their conference going to battle, and the opening game of the regular season for both sides. Brookhuizen sent across. Emma Decker went off Anderson. Crowd petitioning for handball yet again, but doesn't get one. Another Hope throw-in as they are dominating the play at the moment. Bulldogs need to find an answer. Perhaps some changes in order here for Adrian. We'll see one from Hope now. Margaret Ausiani taking the place of Emma Decker, who will receive some applause from the extensive crowd of Hope fans that have made the journey to Adrian's campus this afternoon. 24 minutes to go in the second half. Hope up 1-0. Natalie Hammer finding the only goal of the match so far for the Flying Dutch. Blanchard headed away. Zoli ushered onwards. Settled through adversity by Novak, who's getting a tug of the shirt from Hohenscheid. And it will come back for a free kick for the Hope Flying Dutch. Stepping up to do the honors is Jenna Mustafa. Mustafa, low ball into the box, easily handled by Fisher. Fisher had 2 saves in the first half, finally let one by her as Natalie Hammer got the best of the junior out of South Lyon, Michigan. Fisher's been good so far this season. Has continued her strong play for the most part this afternoon. Ausiani meets some resistance. Flying Dutch keep possession. They've effectively controlled this game for most of the last 5 minutes after it was largely back and forth play before that. Brookhuizen trying to move it forward. Clattered awkwardly into Homan. Blanchard trying to find Zoli. Comes out. Homan to throw it in down the line. Trying to find Mahoney, but it only went as far as Uziak. Bergeron, a good interception after what looked like a dangerous chance for the Flying Dutch. Adrian throw-in is the ruling. Homan for Mahoney. Touched out of play by Novak. Zoli throws it over the top. Dake racing after it on the blind side of Mustafa. Hope clears it to the sideline. Adrian perhaps looking to build something here after Hope had the vast majority of the possession a few moments ago. Mahoney into the box. Skitter's just outside of the 18-yard premises now. Has it stolen off of her, but Uziak can't quite keep it in play. Homan. Attempted layoff from Davis. Goes all the way back for Josie Huber. Looking into the middle. Finds the last player back. Bergeron. Crossing attempt. Picked off by Hope. And Ausiani looking for some support now. Finds Brookhuizen in the middle. A heavy touch. That will be punished by Blanchard. Surges up to take it away. Brookhuizen providing additional resistance before Novak came back to cut it off. Hard collision here on the near sideline. Knocked over was Nagelkirk after the play had left the area, but no foul. Fisher punted up. Dake the intended target, but it skips over her. Now Dake up for the header. Huber knocked over from behind. Ball finds its way to Mahoney. McKenna Mahoney across for Eve Davis. Davis plays forward for Dake. Her shot blocked away by Sophie Novak, who raced back to cut off number 4 in yellow. Corner kick upcoming for the Bulldogs. Past the 20-minute mark in the second half. Time winding down. Adrian with a good chance to try and level the score, down 1-0. Going over to take it is Josie Huber, junior out of Milford, Michigan. Attended Heartland High School. Strong pass. Goes to the far post. Mahoney going down in a heap, as well as Holloway. But that ball ends up racing all the way to the far side of the pitch for a Hope throw-in as they bring on a pair of substitutes. Breck McCloskey, accompanied by Olivia Dieppe, Cassidy Brookhuizen, and Bella Nagelkirk will head off. Sophie Novak also making an exit after a strong performance both on offense and defense over the past few moments of play. Madison Holloway has the only assist tonight. Falls to Homan. Boots it high in the air. Mahoney, a brilliant flick for Dake. Tries to touch it over the defender. Racing forwards to snag it is Parker Hutchinson. Throws it forward. Chance for Ausiani. Huber puts in a tackle across the leg of Ausiani. Free kick coming for Hope. Again, it's Mustafa who will take the duties of this free kick. Trying to whip it into the box. Mustafa. High ball just outside the 18-yard box. Came directly to Huber. And now Eve Davis. Chasing after the ball. She keeps it in play. Davis. Taking on her defender. Into the middle for Mahoney, but just past her foot. Holman stays with it. wins possession back for her side. Zoli looking to play onwards for Davis. Goes out, and that's the kind of night it's been. Lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm, and lots of vision for Adrian, but it hasn't quite been able to connect the dots. Zoe Blanchard, high pass in the air, settled by Oceani, sophomore out of Westerville, Ohio. Sydney Anderson, a strong tackle, racing after it. Goes out of play again. 2 subs heading onto the pitch for the team in blue. Emma Duttmers and Natalie Hammer, who has the only goal so far in the match. Heading off stage is Madison Holloway and Haley Flynn. Talked about some of the rotation Adrian's able to use to their advantage on offense. How about Hope? They have rotated a bevy of attacking talents. It's kept Adrian at their heels at numerous points tonight. Anderson whipped in. Eve Davis knocked into with some force. This time Adrian making the appeal for a penalty. Duttmers into the middle for Huber. Huber trying to look backwards, instead turns it forwards for cutting back. Had McCloskey all tangled up. Blanchard a strong challenge, and I think that's Hammer down on the ground now. Had the worst of that tackle. Adrian will continue to play on as Hammer's still on the floor. Hope with possession. Referee's going to let them continue to play as there's a bit of advantage built. And with Hammer still on the ground, we'll finally get a whistle. 15:46 left in the second half as Hammer will be helped back up onto her feet. Assisted slightly by Mustafa. I think that was Huber that went in on the challenge against Hammer. Getting up a bit awkwardly. Had a goal earlier on in the game and now walking off under her own power. Madison Holloway, after she recently made her exit, comes right back onto the pitch, and Hammer will get some attention from the trainer. Bergeron will take this free kick, or rather it will be a drop ball. So since Adrian had possession, it's going to be dropped to Tegan Bergeron. Defender had to stand a few yards away, but as soon as the ball hits the pitch, play resumes as usual. That's the type of restart you see after an injury. Referee stopped play, and since Adrian had the ball when play was blown dead, it restarted with a drop ball in their possession. Not something you see every day, but we saw it there. Hope throw-in. Grace McNabney coming on for the Flying Dutch, and heading onto the pitch for the Bulldogs, it's Riley Mugrabi and McKenna Mascaro. Margaret Alciani making an exit for Hope. Caitlin Dake heading off for the Bulldogs. Holloway with it. Turning forwards. Bergeron beats Duttmers to the rock. Less than 15 minutes to go. Bulldogs trailing 1-0 thanks to a timely goal from Natalie Hammer. Huber wins the free kick for her team. Trying to get to it was Mugrabi. Instead, it skitters along. Hope will keep it in play. Dieppe unsure of whose possession that throw-in would go to, so they'll just continue with it on the field. Blanchard. Hohenscheid meets a roadblock. Bit of miscommunication. McCloskey takes a push from behind. Seemingly looked like it'd be a foul, but the referee has let a lot of physical play slide so far in the match. Home in the throw. In for Mahoney, holding up play with her body as she often does, but lost it quickly to McCloskey. And Mahoney poked it into touch. Do or die time for the Bulldogs. Clock ticking down quickly. Down by just a goal. Team that they were able to beat last season now has the lead. The visitors, Hope College, trying desperately to hold on to their 1-goal advantage. Bergeron sent it out the sideline. Flying Dutch have had the lead in the all-time series. They've won 29 of the meetings between these two teams. Bulldogs have only won 11, and there's been 3 draws in the history of this matchup. Adrian is 2-6-2 in their previous 10 matches against Hope, so we knew they'd be up against it here tonight. Their game at Hope last season was a high-scoring 5-3 affair. Mahoney had a brace and an assist. Davis had 1 goal and 2 assists, and Dake contributed with a goal of her own. Racing forward to try get a piece of it was Mugrabi. Couldn't get there in time. Hutchinson winning the race. First match between these MIAA opponents was back in 1989 when Hope manhandled Adrian 6-0 in Holland. This game has proved to be a lot closer. Very narrow margins. It's been low scoring like many of Adrian's matches. Playing strong defensively, but it's important that they find a goal here to equalize. 12.5 minutes to do it, as Cassidy Brookhuizen awaits her return into the match for Hope. Foul is whistled here. Didn't look like a whole lot of contact, but Adrian will take it. Huber. She's had success on set pieces this season. Can she deliver some more magic? Approaching the ball. Sent in low to the near post. That was dangerous. Mahoney racing in. Wasn't far away, but ultimately the free kick will slice right through and wide of the Hope goal. As Brookhuizen makes a return, taking off the likes of Breck McCloskey, sophomore out of Ada, Michigan. Forest Hills Eastern grad. Adrian makes a habit out of recruiting players from the southeast side of the state in the Detroit area, whereas Holland on the westernmost part of the Mitten typically recruits more around Grand Rapids and Holland region. Both areas a hotbed for women's soccer in this great state of Michigan. Provides an interesting matchup. We were talking about the homecoming festivities this weekend. Lindsay Chitwood Weber was inducted into the Bulldog Hall of Fame. She graduated from Adrian in 2009 after becoming a 4-time All-MIAA and 1-time All-Region team selection. And she was also honored as the Adrian College Senior Female Athlete of the Year during her final season as a Bulldog. Her 41 career goals rank 3rd all-time in program history, and 16 of them were game winners, which put her in 2nd place among all Bulldogs. She also previously held a school record in track and field in the 4x100 meters relay events. So Lindsay Chitwood Weber, just an incredible athlete that graced the campus of Adrian College. One of the best players to ever participate in this women's soccer program. Thanks to Weber for all she did for Adrian soccer. This one sent out for a corner. Mascaro deflecting it off a Hope player. And now a kick from the corner flag. Less than 10 minutes to go. Bulldogs trailing 1-0. Can they level the scoreline? Mascaro whipped in. Chance. And a strong play from Parker Hutchinson coming out to grab it amidst the mass of humanity. Rolled out for Olivia Dieppe. Played into the feet of Ellinger. Long ball up for Ausiani. Intercepted by Blanchard. Headed high in the air by Mascaro. Dieppe bringing it back down to earth. Uziak. Turning forwards was Holloway. Holman steals it. Mahoney heading it to the wide region of the pitch, but could not follow up her own attempt. 2 changes. Margaret Ausiani heading on to replace Grace McNabney, and Caitlin Dake to take the place of Sydney Anderson. Another women's soccer induction this past weekend wasn't an individual athlete, but rather the entire 2011 women's soccer team. They were given Hall of Fame induction status to commemorate their remarkable MIAA championship title that season. They finished 17-5 overall thanks to the superb play of All-American and Conference MVP Sam Barker, and Kelly Irwin, Patty Vossen, and Aaron Weed also earned 2011 All-MIAA first team honors alongside Barker. So another team that will go down in the annals as one of the all-time greats in Adrian women's soccer, let alone Adrian athletics history with that 2011 MIAA crown. Hope, the defending MIAA champions. Can they score their second of the night? Falling awkwardly was one of their attackers, and it goes out for a goal kick. Hope College's coach, Lee Sears, making the appeal that it should have been a corner. 7.5 to go. Lee Sears joined by her assistant coaches Kate Thayer and Holly Van Noord, as well as associate head coach Elliot Slank, who's been with the program since 2012, was promoted to the associate head coach position in 2019, and also coaches the Holland Christian High School varsity girls soccer team, whom he led to the state semifinal in the year 2017. Hope's persistence has been remarkable. They stay with every play. If they lose it, they work hard to win it back. They're a pesky side. As we see there, late tackle from behind by Oceani on Huber, who will collect herself, get right back up on her feet. Bulldogs again led by their head coach Ali Almdari and assistant coach Justin Tobin, who was hired as the coach on August 9th of this year. As it's played over the top, Zoli trying to get there. Couldn't quite. Tobin played on the Adrian men's soccer team from 2017 to 21, so adding some experience as a former player here at Adrian College. The result of this game still in question. Hope up 1-0 thanks to Natalie Hammer, who scored for the Flying Dutch and then a few moments ago exited the game with an injury. Referee backing up the throw-in of Leah Holman right now. After this match, Hope College will continue their MIAA schedule on Saturday at 4 p.m. as they hit the road to face Trine, the team they defeated in the league championship last year. And as for Adrian, they will continue their conference play as well, staying at home at Docking Stadium on Saturday against Olivet College. Kickoff at 12 p.m. So just the start of conference play for both sides. Both teams showing good indications. Lots of fight, lots of heart, but more organization so far in this match from Hope. They've had the better end product. Hasn't been much to separate these two sides, however. Hope's had the better chances, but just a single goal in this one. Davis racing after it. On the counter, it was being nagged by Novak, who just has great determination on the defensive side of the ball. Fights so hard to try and win it back. Holman throws it in for Mahoney. Off the head of Mustafa. Mascaro pitching in. Down the line, Kelsey Zoli gets there first. Lays it back off. Mahoney, the intended target. Sent away momentarily. Huber settles. Turns forward with 4.5 minutes to go in the match. Davis trying to chip Hutchinson, but that's right into her palms. And will likely take her sweet time to run off as much clock as possible in this match. Adrian, one of the more underrated teams in this conference, and you have to imagine Hope will be pleased if they can escape this chance and take the 3 points. Zoli whipped in from Mahoney. Bounced off her foot, couldn't control it. Touched forward by Holloway. Adrian giving it everything they've got with just 4 minutes left on the score clock. Need a equalizer desperately. Don't want to start Michigan Intercollegiate Athletics Association play with a loss, especially one at home. Hutchinson, low pass on for Novak, cut out by Hohenscheid, who gets a bit of a tug but stays with it. Zoli hasn't scored a goal so far this season. Pass too far of Mahoney a bit awkwardly. And another chance goes by the wayside for the Bulldogs. Clock is stopped with a substitution late on in the match. Duttmer's coming off. Flynn replacing her. Mustafa with a goal kick. Whistle being blown. Referee giving instructions to the clock operator. Timer showed 3 minutes and 29 seconds. It was reset to 3:33 as it was not stopped promptly enough during the substitution. Now 3:23 to go as Hope has a bit of a break for them. Ausiani. Stolen by Bergeron. On for Zoli. Kelsey Zoli tripped up. Free kick that Adrian will take quickly. Bergeron. High kick. Trying to find Mahoney. Eve Davis up there with her. Heads it forward, but no one to run onto it. Less than 3 to go. Hutchinson will wait until the precise moment where Mahoney came in close proximity. Time wasting the name of the game now for Hope. Up 1-0. Natalie Hammer's strike into a wide open goal off of a great skill run from Madison Holloway is the difference in this match. Mahoney scored 2 goals in Adrian's match against this side last season. Maybe she could net one in a moment of last-second magic. Davis working desperately hard to chase it down just outside the yellow line. Throw in for Hope College. 2 minutes to go now. This game going down to the wire at Docking Stadium. Calvin Keys here with you on Adrian College TV. If you're just joining us, Hope scored early on in this second half. That's been the difference. A scattering of chances for both sides. Cleared away by the Flying Dutch again. Looking to finish their first conference game of the season with a road win. Something that will prove crucial. Every victory that you can capture, either home or away, could prove pivotal down the stretch when it comes time to see how you stack up against the other teams in the conference. Bulldogs at least want to try and get a draw, as Hope will hold this one up near the corner flag. Flying Dutch draw another throw in as we approach the final minute of play. Adrian's Hope against the Dutch is slipping away by the minute here. 45 seconds on the clock. Flying Dutch throwing it in. Holloway. Hope in a really good position. They just need to continue to possess here, deep in Adrian territory, and see out this win. 30 seconds now. Dutch kick it back to Bergeron, looking to get it up quickly. It's McKenna Mahoney. Nutmegs a Hope player. Adrian throw in. Mahoney threw it off the head of a Hope player. Looked accidental. 5 seconds. Goes out for another Bulldog throw-in, but not enough time to take it. And Hope will emerge with an away victory, 1-0. The only goal of the game, Natalie Hammer, assisted by Madison Holloway early on in the second half, and that's how things will end. Adrian falls in their opening game of MIAA conference play, and Hope starts out 1-0 with a 1-0 victory. Thank you for tuning in on Adrian College TV for our coverage of women's soccer action. I'm Calvin Keys on behalf of our entire crew. Have a great night.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, Back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.